Okay, so now looking at our GBPs, as always, as usual. As I've been saying, GBP is more bearish than bullish. So we are looking for the sells, for the bearish movements. And if you look at the structure here, right? If you look at the structure over here, let's see, right? If you look at this structure here, let's do this. I'll do. Let me see if I can plot a trend line here, so that it looks more. Right. Okay. So with trend lines, you need to realize that it's always safe to what the best way to plot the trend line is the most recent two touches. The most recent two touches, and in this case, as you can see, it's these two over here. These are the most recent two touches. That's those are touches that you use for what? For a trend line. For a trend line. Let's see how this is. Yeah, exactly. So this is what we're looking at. Let me hide this. Let me hide this. Hide it. Or rather, just delete it. Delete it. Right. So, as I've been saying, for GBPs, we're looking at bearish movements. That's so we need to capitalize on sales that are taking place. So if you look at this structure here, it's an ascending channel. It's a big, larger ascending channel that has been forming over here for a while. So what we now need to do is that we need to go down into the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour chart. And as you can see again, these things repeat themselves continually. As you can see, this is an ascending channel here, and as you can see, it broke here. This trade, I think I spoke about and we mentioned it. So we dropped here, it created another ascending channel, then dropped. Now look what's happening here. It created an ascending channel, but this one didn't play out, rather it went up. But if you really do your big testing, you see that this sort of channel for GBP pairs is very common, whereby it drops, forms this little thing over here, then drops, forms an ascending channel, then instead of going down, it goes up. If you look back into your previous playouts for GBP pairs, you see that it's very common and it happens. So this is nothing out of the ordinary that happened here. It's something that's been playing out a couple of times before. So as you can see here, we have another ascending channel over here, and so what we are going to be waiting for is the break. So possibly because of what's happening here, we might go down into this area here and reject off this zone here, this resistance zone, and ultimately come down here and break into this area. So if this happens, what we have to do is that we have to trade on the 1 hour close. Once it goes below this trend line over here, we have to trade the 1 hour close. So if let's go down to the 1 hour then, just to be right. So if a bar comes in and closes here below here, we take the trade. Let me show you something interesting. Right. So an ascending channel, this is what we are looking at when we're talking about an ascending channel, right? And then as our chart plays out, it plays out bottom up, hits here, comes down here, hits here, and comes down here, hits here, comes down here. You see, so when it comes down, right, and the 1 hour closes, yeah, some wait for it to what, to retest, then take it on the break, on the what, on the impulse. But this doesn't happen sometimes. You will see, you find out that you actually find out that instead of it going for the retest, it will just break and impulse downwards. So what we do is that we have to wait for the what, for the 1 hour close. So if it closes, if it plays out like this, then the 1 hour candle closes and then forms another one. We take our trade, but then we have to make sure that our stop loss is what, is covering this what, this retrace over here. And then, so this is where load size management comes into play. So we then what, we trade the downside, and what will be our targets here will be the bottom of this what, our target will be the bottom of this channel over here, which is over here. So there's a very high probability that it comes down and plays out here. So this is what we'll be looking at when we want to trade what, when we want to trade GBP USD. So if it breaks into here, and we happen to set our target here, this is where our target will be, right? This is where our target will be, right? We set our target here, we close it. Or if you are a more, a more patient person, you would set a trailing stop, right? So as I was saying, if you're a more patient person, you would set a trailing stop, yeah, because the play out for this trade is there's a good chance that it will move down into this area. Once it breaks and it plays out down here, it will play out down here, then eventually play out into this area here. And once it plays out into this area, once it plays out into that area, we are now looking at what, we're now looking at this trade potential here. This what, this trade potential. So this will be the area that this is the area that we look forward to trade in the future. In the future, this is the area that what we are looking to trade. So it will be very helpful if you take your trade from up here and then drops and you wait for it. I'm not saying that this is what's going to play out in this coming week. This can take several weeks, and probably take a month to play out. But this is just forecasting and seeing how the trade could play out, because it can drop down here, then reject off, then start playing around, then eventually drop into the area 2 months later. But this is the future of what, of the chart, based on the structure of what, of how it's been playing out. So this is what we're looking at, and as I've been saying, for GBP we are going to be selling. So if we go down into the other ones, the other GBP pairs, look at GBP card. Wow, this GBP really messed up with me. Food around with me last week because of the sudden impulsive play out, bullish play out. But well, anyways, it's trading, things happen. We are still looking at the same what, the same we're still looking at the same structure when it comes to GBP pairs. Still an ascending channel, and an ascending channel that has been formed inside. So all we are waiting for is, if you look at this one, an area that we could look forward to when it comes to taking our trades is is uh, is a rejection of this what, is a rejection of this, like a visible, a proper rejection of this resistance zone here over here, of this